Wake up. We got a trip to go on.
Our life has become something of a mystery lately. Like shapeshifters, we need variety, space, and serendipity. This might seem like escapism. Perhaps we are running towards something that words will never give us. The truth is, we are better out there, on the land, where lakes are clean, snow pure, trees unencumbered by anything but time, weather, and will. Creativity lives in the expressions of ice. Purpose hides in the contours of ragged horizons. We muse in the sanctity of space.
Stove's good. Everything's unplugged. You're golden.
For once, it's actually busy. Classic.
Wow, it looks so far away.
Look, David, there's wolves over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're almost there now.
It's a really bad pressure ridge. Don't want to go through. It's so slushy. Hate to say it, but that's not safe.
Don't want to go swimming right now.
Pretty deep down in there. Look at that. Holy. Whoa, that's right through.
It's definitely not nice dealing with such big pressure ridges, but we found a way across it anyways.
Snagged. I was too focused on, oh, let's just break the branch.
We live in a small town on the biggest lake in the world, and for that, we consider ourselves pretty lucky.
The thing is, Dave and I run around a lot looking for wild spaces to be out of doors, as if there's something we will find out far and wide that goes beyond what we know in our heart.
After a car crash changed our life 1 month prior, we wondered more about our backyard, a place we know well in the summer, but haven't explored in the winter.
We knew a frozen bay could lead us to islands. Behind those islands we figured would be open water. In between was forest and small lakes. The apex of the idea being a treeless mountaintop that may or may not be winter hikeable.
We made a simple plan: pack light, plan for varied but likely not frigid weather, bring 2 weeks of food, and roam into the terrain we gaze upon every day from home.
No cars, no snow machines. We don't have either anyways. So instead we would travel by ski and snowshoe, with 2 sleighs to bring our comforts. The idea sounded cozy, maybe miserable, definitely an adventure.
If our idea worked, we'd walk about 100 kilometers round trip, eat fresh fish, drink wild tea, and take in the view from a seldom visited high point in our relatively flat province.
If the idea didn't work, we'd still be on a rad adventure, which is the whole reason we go in the first place. So it seemed like a win-win journey.
The rest is a story of a trip that would reset our minds to imagine what was possible from the places we call home.
What you got there?
Oh, steep hill. Nice piece of chaga. For some chaga rose hip tea tonight, Leah grabbed some rose hip, so we're gonna have a really nice tea with some trout. What a meal. More chaga up here. There's chaga everywhere.
Yippee-yi-yay! Yippee-yi-yo! We got fire!
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh.
Ooh, yeah! We have rose hip and chaga tea and trout for dinner. Living the good life. Definitely the good life. Good way to get our vitamins with the rose hips. Super good for us.
Got a couple of rose hips in it there for you. You're gonna have to get that trout on the stove shortly too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
Sweet.
Can you cheers something like this? Cheers.
Cheers, kippies.
Bees. It smells sweet, eh? Mmm.
It's really good.
Whoa. We've had rose hip tea and we've had chaga tea, but we've never had chaga rose hip tea. And that's amazing.
We should do that more often.
We should definitely do this more often. Da, 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 da. Ooh. Yeah. The bomb.
It's so good.
back anymore.
Nice day though. Freaking deep snow. Gotta love it. Jesus. I've lost the tire. I wonder where we are.
Middle of nowhere. Depending who you ask. But we're somewhere between a lake and a
lake?
Beside a creek. Surrounded by cedars and balsam trees. Mm-hmm. Eating a days old rat. Many days old rat.
Don't remind me.
6 days old?
I said don't remind me, I'm pretending it's something else.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it was worth it.
I think it was worth it.
See if there's fish here.
I can't believe this is our backyard.
Yeah, no kidding.
We gotta go up that mountain.
Find a way up it.
Oh, what a mission.
Oh. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I love this. It's lake trout ramen. Such a tasty lunch out here. Yeah, baby. Super satisfying. Yeah.
So good. It's like the simplest lunch ever, and it's so good. The last 24 hours have been insane, to say the very least. It all started out on the lake that we're camped on, catching a few little lake trout, nothing crazy, and then it started to rain, pretty unexpectedly. So we came back to camp because it's February and raining, and we wanted to make sure everything was buttoned up and correct. And as I did some firewood, Leah got water together. We were kind of just tightening up camp, putting everything away. And then I was adjusting the stovepipe, and I totally gutted my finger really bad on it. I cut it pretty deep. My hand on the stovepipe.
Which is too bad because now I have to worry
Never a
about
good
it
place to get a bad
not
cut.
getting infected. Definitely don't want it to get infected out here because that'd be a bugger.
It's February.
And then it started to downpour.
Miserable
And it
out there.
poured all night. From 5 p.m. until 7 a.m. it poured and didn't stop. There was big south winds blowing, and we just were in the tent wondering what the heck is going on. And by 7 a.m. it started to snow, and immediately horrible north winds began and turned into the most ferocious north wind whiteout you can imagine. It's hard to even stand up in it. But we still had to get firewood. Of course, we didn't have enough firewood to just sit in the tent all day stoking the wood stove. So we went out there and basically got blown around for a while we sawed up wood and found it.
I almost fell over. Definitely almost fell over.
Leah almost fell over in the wind. But that's life in Northern Ontario, I guess, these days. Somehow we can go from the pluses. I bet you it's 15 below out now and dropping and steady dropping, and the wind is
Much
insane.
colder.
Yeah, it's much colder. The wind's insane. So what do? I mean, we're just gonna hunker down and wait for things to let up, I guess. We got a big supply of firewood, and you know,
We're chewing through the firewood
we're chewing through the firewood though.
to go get some more.
We're in this lake. It took us 5 days to get here. We walked and skied about 50 kilometers. We went through trails and we crashed through the bush, and we arrived here and it was so beautiful, almost too beautiful, and now it's full on, and we're paying for all that nice weather. But we still need to go look for a big lake trout, and we still need to go up the mountain that's above the lake. So, you know, hopefully this wind lets up a little bit and we can get back to living.
It'd be so miserable trying to go up that mountain right now.
Yeah, it would be so miserable.
Like, no way.
So now we just gotta care for my finger. Make sure it doesn't get infected. Keep the wood stove rocking.
Maybe go fishing.
Maybe go fishing. That's right.
So the whole southwest side But this mountain is all cliffs. We tried to go up it yesterday, but it was impossible. So without like crampons and ice axes. So we're kind of schwacking through the bush, trying to find a backside route that's a little less steep. So you can see the mountain up there. It's kind of nice to be in the trees this morning because it's like 30 below out and really cold. Probably gonna aim at like 350 degrees once we get into the forest. Yeah, probably about 350. That should get us at least up onto that open ridge. But we'll see.
We were trying to get to the top of the mountain. Hopefully it's not too bad. Looks like it should be pretty decent. Especially with moccasins and these big snowshoes. Makes for slippery walking. My toes are freezing, so gotta keep moving. They'll be warm soon. Still a long ways to the top. That's where you down there. We're getting there. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Made it up. Wow. That's it.
Wow.
I didn't think we were gonna make it up here.
Oh, yeah, same. After yesterday, looking how steep it was. Wow, it's frigid.
Of course, it had to be the windiest day. It's amazing. You can drive all over the countryside and run to the mountains and go always looking for these huge adventures, but we found a pretty massive one right out our back door.
Yeah,
Feels pretty magical to be up here.
it does. Always looking at it.
We're always
From
looking at it
home.
from home, this mountain. Just didn't think it was possible to get here in the winter.
Yeah.
Like there's open water on one side of us and a frozen bay on the other. And somehow the lakes in between let us up here. You know, it's been the trip of a lifetime, but man, it's going to be a long walk home.
I hope for a nice day like how it was when we came out.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful day. But it probably won't.
Is your face frozen?
Oh yeah, my face is frozen. My fingers are too.
Okay, put the shoes back on.
Last morning.
Yeah, bittersweet. Well, we can come out here whenever. It's just in our backyard.
Of course, it's cold.
It's so cold out there. Huh. The walk is gonna be pretty chilly. Well, we'll be bundled up good.
How far do we have to go?
Like 17 kilometers or so? A little less.
Is it a good trip?
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorites, actually. It wasn't too hard. It was pretty relaxing. And I just can't believe this is in our backyard. It's so cool.
So it's not hard snowshoeing 100 kilometers?
No. It's fun.
What do you feel like you learn on this trip?
Just want to keep doing these things. It's addicting. I've learned how suffering can actually make me a better person. And enjoy the little things.
What do you want to share with people?
This way of life. Like how fulfilling it is, you know? Working hard and like using your body, pushing yourself to the max, seeing what you're made of. That's what I want to share with people. Enjoying the simple things. You don't need all the fancy stuff to feel fulfilled.
Do you think it was a tough trip for weather?
Oh yeah, the weather was ridiculous. It was pouring rain and then went to minus 20, 30, whatever it was. Yeah, it was insane weather. Especially for February. I've never seen that.
You see, you can't take it with you when you go, but I get to take my finger home with me. It's so cold having a disabled finger out here. It's just like freezes. I'm not getting enough blood flow. It's so much easier at home to do everything. Caring for a wound or boiling water, things to drink and keep hydrated, and making food. It's also easy at home. I miss that about out here. I love how hard everything is out here. Makes you appreciate every little thing. Every view you get. Every tree you walk by. Every time your snowshoe helps you. Every time your sleigh pulls good. Every time the tent goes up easy. Every time there's firewood right around camp. It all just makes it all so worth it. And you get home and you turn up your thermostat. And you turn on the tap. And you boil the kettle. And you turn on your stove. And your phone goes off. And your email downloads. We've just made life so complex. And it's so simple out here. So elemental. It's nice. And you still get hot, good coffee. Especially when it's frigid outside. And we gotta cross 15 plus kilometers of an open bay in a north wind. Out here, you learn that all good things take time. Everything takes time. It takes time to get somewhere. It takes time to get what you need to be comfortable. But once you do it all and you give time, you get patient, and then you're rewarded every time, even through all the hard times and the storms, and the bad moments, and the wounds, and the tough times. They don't last, but the good times are always there at the end. I miss that. So we're coming back out soon.
It's getting cold in here.
Yeah. I don't know, is it time to start the walk home? I don't want to go home.
Hey.
Rat's nest.
Even if I can almost see it.
You can have a sauna at home.
True. We can
That'd be
have a sauna.
nice. Get washed up properly.
I gotta wash this pelt off. I need a good shower. 2 weeks without a shower adds up. I'm not saying I like my smell, but I'm not saying anything about my smell. Nice thing about winter is you keep layers on, so your smell is kind of contained a little bit. But I need a shower and a sauna. Maybe beer.
After all, we feel like kids when we play in the backyard, and that makes us happy.